Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to our June 19th Newton County Board of Education meeting. If you would you bow your hands for a moment of silence, please? Thank you. Can you stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Fuhrer, we don't have any special recognitions tonight?
No.
Okay. Any public participation? Okay. I need a motion to approve the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the minutes, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Baker, second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Superintendent's report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
In item 1, the financial statement is presented for your review. In item 2, the operations report, business and finance. Number 1, the special purpose local option for education sales tax for distribution for April was $1,018,983, which is a decrease of $22,629 from the previous month. The average for the first 39 months of East Blast 4 collections is $935,514. The title ad valorem tax collection for April was $120,045. And number 3, the rate of expenditures is within budget and less than last year with 85.98% of funds expended compared to 87.78 in fiscal year 2017. In facilities, security improvements is about 50% complete, that project, and that's the remote entry camera installation. Number 2, Veterans Memorial Middle School, construction on their softball field has begun. Procurement, number 3, Greg Goins, procurement coordinator, and Corey Craver, procurement and facilities planning specialist, were recertified by the Universal Public Procurement Certification Council. The UPPCC is the first and foremost organization dedicated to promote and ensure professionalism in the public sector. Pupil transportation, school buses traveled a total of 287,148 miles, and the average cost for diesel fuel was $2.76. On page 2, school nutrition, number 4, the department kicked off School Nutrition Employee Week, May 7th through 11th, by celebrating the annual School Nutrition Superhero Day on May 4th, 2018. School Lunch Hero Day is a chance to showcase the difference school nutrition professionals make for every child who come through the cafeteria. S&P staff members all received a superhero t-shirt and a tote bag to commemorate the week. And that concludes the operations report.
Thank you. Do we have a presentation for the strategic plan?
We do, sir, and Mr. Stan DeJarnett was scheduled to do that. I am sad to report that he has strep throat, and so I will be providing that presentation to you this evening. Ms. Lanita Jackson with GSBA is here in case I derail the process, but I'm going to try my best, and we're ready.
I'm sorry.
So tonight, we're taking a look at the proposed strategic plan, 5-year strategic plan beginning 2018, ending 2023. The partners through this process have been the Georgia School Boards Association and the Georgia Leadership Institute for School Improvement. And they've been very, very valuable in assisting us with this undertaking. So I do want to talk to you just about the process a little bit. It was a very inclusive process that we used to develop the strategic plan, and I think as I go through this, you'll see that. On February the 12th, as you may recall, you were all there, a community engagement session and stakeholder survey were conducted to gather vital input from the community. On February 26th, the executive support team met and reviewed data and developed a theory of action and began work on a portrait of a graduate. And you'll see how that portrait of a graduate really serves as a centerpiece for the strategic plan. On March 7th, a school principal feedback session was conducted. Principals were asked, where are we now and where do we want to go? And I do want to mention that at some point in all of this process, every principal in the school district was involved in some part of this. March 19th and 20th, we had a planning team meeting. That was comprised of 50 people representing stakeholder groups from the school board, central office, schools, parents, students, business, and other community representatives. That group was asked, who are we, where are we now, and where do we want to go? And that team really worked on the development of strategic goal areas and priorities. Then on May 1st and 2nd, the action team met. The action team consisted of 36 school and district staff members. And they focused on how do we plan to get there and how will we know when we have arrived. What are the action steps we'll take, what are the initiatives, and then what are the measures to make sure that we've achieved what we set out to do. The action team developed those performance objectives, measures, targets, initiatives during their work. And then on May 4th, a group of 10 school and district level representatives met to review the mission, vision, and belief statements for the school district. The group made a recommendation to retain the current mission statement, and you'll see that later on, and to revise the vision statement and our belief statements. We had probably 14 or 15 different belief statements, and they've condensed those and revised those, and I think you'll be pleased with the outcome of that work. On May 25th, the planning team reconvened and approved the new vision statement, belief statements, performance objectives, and strategies. And then on May 29th, the superintendent's EST met to finalize the portrait of a graduate, and the portrait of a graduate is someone who personifies what's desired by the school system in terms of student outcomes. So the components of the strategic plan are as follows: the portrait of a graduate, the vision, the mission, goal areas, performance objectives, initiatives, action steps, and performance measures. And so we'll be asking you all to approve tonight those items in the box as they really refer to the overall direction of the school system. So this is where we ended up with portrait of a graduate, and these are the things that we felt like were critical to ensuring student success, that students be able to do as they graduate and as they're students in the school system. Be resilient, critical thinker, future thinker, knowledge seeker, employable, empowered, resourceful, creative thinker, and collaborative. And so that ties in with our vision statement that you see under the graduate, which is we want our students to be well-rounded and prepared for the future. So there is our vision statement. All students will be well-rounded and prepared for the future. And there's our mission statement, which you're familiar with, educational excellence for all students. Our belief statements, as you can see, are condensed and very targeted. Students are our first priority. Our principals and teachers make the critical difference in student achievement. Respectful partnerships among students, staff, parents, and community are integral to our success, student success. All students and staff deserve a safe, positive, and supportive environment. And success is based on high expectations for our students, parents, and school system staff. And finally, lifelong learning is essential in a diverse and changing world. So from the core beliefs, we move into the goal areas and performance objectives. There are 4 goal areas. The first is student achievement and success, and there are 3 performance objectives. The first is improve student mastery of standards. The second is increase opportunities for students to demonstrate success, and then finally, increase the graduation rate. Goal area number 2 is a high-quality workforce. Performance objective number 1 is an improved recruitment process to identify and hire high-quality staff. Secondly, the second performance objective, increase capacity of staff to deliver and support high-quality instruction. And then finally, improve retention rate of high-performing personnel. Goal area 3 relates to culture, climate, and communication. Objective number 1 is to provide equitable and inclusive learning and work environments at all levels of the district. Number 2 is to improve the quality of two-way communication with all stakeholders. And number 3 is to increase effective community partnerships. The fourth and last goal area is organizational and operational effectiveness, and there are 4 performance objectives. And those are, number 1, to ensure a systemic culture of safety. Objective 2 is to provide high-quality operational and instructional supports. Number 3 is to increase the quality and presence of professional learning communities to improve performance and ensure continuous improvement. And number 4 is to increase effectiveness utilizing performance development and management strategies. So here is our Newton County School System strategy map. And so the best way to explain this is it is a series of if-then statements. So if you start at the bottom left with the ensure, if we have a systemic system of culture, and if we provide high-quality operational instructional supports, and if we increase the quality of PLCs to improve performance and ensure continuous improvement, and finally, if we increase effectiveness utilizing performance development management strategies, we will have organizational and operational effectiveness. So for each one of the goal areas, you can work through from left to right the performance objectives, and those performance objectives lead to the realization of the goal. And then, starting with organizational and operational effectiveness, we can work our way up. If we have operational and organizational effectiveness, and we have an effective culture, climate, and communication, and we have a high-quality workforce, that leads to student achievement and success. So that is our NCSS strategy map. And so those are, in summary, these are all the parts that we're asking the board to adopt this evening. And once you approve these items, school and district staff will begin to implement initiatives and strategies to achieve these goals. So before you now are all the elements that we're asking for approval later in an item in the board agenda. So are there any questions about the strategic plan? And I'm very proud of this work in that so many people participated in it, students participated, teachers participated, community members participated, so I feel like it really represents the needs and desires of the community that we serve. And that concludes my presentation.
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
How does this tie into, and what impact by component, if you may, the CCRPI, how does this impact that in terms of the measurements that we have here? I don't see any actual, what I can say, numbers to measure this by.
Right, and the numbers are added, once you all approve what you see before you, then we'll come back and add some initiatives to make those happen, and there will be performance measures associated with those that'll be shared with you at that time. Yeah. Once we've developed that, once you've approved this, then we'll move forward with the development of initiatives to achieve these things, and the performance measures that measure our success towards the goals.
Okay.
I have a question.
Sure, Ms. Baker. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I have a question and a comment, actually. So my comment, I'm gonna do my comment first, Dr. Barr. So my comment is related to the vision, and everybody who worked on the vision statement. I do like that the vision statement is a lot shorter and more, like a lot shorter.
I think we're all very pleased about it.
Yeah, so if anybody has looked at the current vision statement, it is very long. And so, and then my other, and I actually probably have 2 questions. So I remember the last time we went through like a strategic plan, something related to, we got some feedback on the vision statement, but I don't know what that was. So are we where they want us to be?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that part's done.
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing, when I look at the, if you go back to the slide before this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. So when I look at the performance objectives, I like all of them. They seem to be quantitative. So the way they're worded, like you can kind of measure it, with the exception of one. So I have a question about that. So all of them really can be measured, like improved student mastery of standards. You can kind of see test scores and gradings and stuff, except for the ensure a systematic culture of safety. So I have a question, because that's the only one that's not worded in a quantitative way. So how would we measure that to know that we're achieving that?
We're still working on the development of the measures, but however, if I remember correctly, I think one of the initiatives is to ramp up some of the things that we offer to schools in terms of providing them with safety information.
So the
measure
measurement
might
will be increase of?
That's right.
Okay, okay, I see that now, okay. Thank you. That was my only thing, because everything else is worded where it can be measured.
Skip one other one. That was my question. It's worded so it can be measured. Are we going to measure it?
Yeah.
We have that
Fully the
measured.
intent, yes, sir.
Okay.
That's part 2.
I have a question.
Jim, Bailey?
In goal
I have my
number,
doubts.
in goal number 2, objective 2, the increase the capacity of the staff. I'm all for, let's work our full time and let's make sure everybody's got something to do. But if I think about it from a teacher's perspective and I hear you want to increase my capacity, I just wonder if the wording there might be, well, if it's truthful, I wonder about that objective altogether, specifically for the teachers who probably already feel like they're maxed out. If you mean capacity, like we're going to add more to you.
No.
If you mean you're going to train them better.
Yeah.
Or you're going to equip them more.
Correct. It's
and you're
it's not
still gonna
about.
have time to
Yeah.
do the function of teaching in the
Yeah.
classroom.
It's not capacity as in add another plate to spin. It is ensure that you have high-quality professional learning to develop you in the areas that you need specific growth. So you're looking at wholesale professional learning to build the capacity to deliver high-quality instruction. Some people need a lot of support in that area, other people do not need as much support, and so it's sort of a little personalized there. But not the capacity to do more work.
I would warn that might be how it's read. When I read it,
Yeah.
that's, my first thought was, oh my gosh, how are we going to increase the capacity of these teachers who already think,
Get a bigger
man, I'm
bucket.
tapped out?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I
Okay.
continue? Sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
If I can just
Yeah.
say one other thing too, part of the work that I'll be doing, once the strategic plan is approved, is to be messaging it. So I'll be in front of teachers, talking with them about the strategic plan, because if they don't have it, in front of them and ingrained in what their work is, they'll not be able to achieve these goals. So when we talk about that, I'll be able to clearly explain what we mean by capacity. I think it's actually in our current strategic plan too, to build the capacity of teachers and staff to perform at their peak. So I'll be able to do that once it's approved.
Okay. I think this is brilliant work. I know this is a lot of work too, strategic plan. Putting that together is a lot of work, and it's worth it. And I love it that we have like a streamlined vision. It looks great. It's memorable. I love the vision that it's for all students. Like this is great work. The core beliefs are, I think, right in line. It's going to be an ambitious plan, which I love that too. Like this is something we need to do, need to embrace. I think our community will embrace it. But a couple of just notes. The first being that February 12th, we had a community engagement session where we were quote unquote looking for vital input from the community. And I'm not sure we got the response that we were hoping for. In future strategic plans, I wonder if we can extend that time or create more invitation. I don't know that we got quite the vital input from the community that we might have thought we did. We were there. I appreciate you reminding us that we were there. That's the only part of the process I was engaged in.
Yeah.
I would have loved, as a stakeholder, to have been a part of the process a little more in depth. I felt like a lot of work went into it. I was at one meeting with a couple of flip charts, and then that was it. I don't want to micromanage. I don't want to get in the weeds, but to be a part of our vision, our mission, and our what we believe, I would love to be a part of that process. It's a little more intimately than where I was.
Okay.
Okay, and then lastly, sorry, I keep waiting for somebody. It's a 5-year strategic plan. I know the trend is to go to 3-year strategic plans now with the way things change, that they've changed a lot faster. Does GSBA recommend 5 years instead of 3 years?
We recommend 3 to 5.
3 to 5?
3 to 5.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
During this process, I have one question. During this process, will we be given updates as, periodical, like every year or 2 years as the process that we're making,
Yes, sir.
progress that we're making?
I can probably
And
speak
so
to
it'll be in
that.
assembly, it'll be imported into assembly, it'll be available for your review.
And the only reason I ask that question is because with anything that you do, you need to be able to assess what you're doing, and you may have to adapt and make some changes during that process,
Right.
instead of just sticking to it and not working.
Right.
And
And-
5 years out, you haven't accomplished anything.
And the goals and performance objectives are the pieces that are really set. And then the initiatives that we'll undertake to achieve these things are more fluid and more easily changeable.
Excuse me, help me with that statement. You said the performance objectives are set.
These,
Right, they're more set over time.
Yeah.
Right, these, the goal areas should really stand the test of time. Like, we want to, student achievement and success, high-quality workforce, culture, climate, communication, those things should hold us for 5 years. Some of the other things may need some tweaking as we move through action steps and
Yeah,
initiatives,
things
those
that we
kinds of
might be
things
doing
may
to address
change over
them.
time.
So if
But
something
the
doesn't
goals
work,
should
we
stay
can
the same.
change our mind
I
about doing it.
understand that, but I still have an issue with my own understanding with the objectives. And I say that because I'm at my best when I see numbers measuring our efforts here.
Right.
And I don't see it as of now,
Right.
the numbers that are need to determine your success.
That's right.
You will.
Right, they're not there yet. What
go
we
back
need,
to that slide, Mike. I think it might help you.
okay, tell me where you are.
Go back to one, just towards the beginning where you circled the areas
top
that we're
part.
talking about tonight. There.
Okay.
Below that, the initiatives, action sets, performance measures, they haven't even developed that yet. I believe, that's what you're saying, right?
Right,
That's
what we
in
need is the
progress.
board approval
Of
to
that.
make sure this is the direction that you all want to go in, that you approve this. And then from that, we begin to develop the initiatives, action steps, those things to achieve the goals, and attach performance measures to those things to make sure that the work is getting done, and that we have a way to measure it, and that we have a way to communicate success.
Okay, the only thing I wanted to say too, but I will remind the board, if I may, going back to those performance objectives, those are not only objectives for you guys, but objectives for us as well, because when you guys are doing presentations to us, all of those things should tie back to that strategic plan. So when we're talking about graduation rate, when we're talking about, if you can go back to that slide, maybe, I don't know, some of the things that were on there, like if one of the directors of whether elementary or secondary are talking about programs that's going to help with student achievement, all of that is going to tie back for us anyway. So that'll be an objective for us as well.
Can I?
Yeah, Ms. Ferry?
So just a couple of other things too. Currently, you have a curriculum instruction and technology report that really aligns to the current strategic plan, that gives you information about the work that's being done in the school system related to our current strategic plan. That will be revamped, and it will be aligned with our student achievement and success, high-quality workforce, the strategic goals. Organizational, operational effectiveness will still likely stay in its own report, but then everybody will be able to plug in under those broad headings, so you'll be able to see through those two tools what the work is. And then beyond that, through Assembly, through our system, we'll be tying our board items to the strategic goals and objectives. So you'll be able to monitor here. And then eventually, you'll have in there the initiatives and the performance measures as well. So it'll all be in Assembly. That was the goal, was to begin utilizing Assembly first as a mechanism to have our board meetings, then second, to begin to completely transfer everything that we do into this tool so that we have a dashboard to be measured. So we're just in the very beginning stages of the work, but then you'll be able to see it directly tied to what we're working on in the system.
And if I may, that was one of the reasons why we wanted to go to Assembly.
Correct.
Because remember, I mentioned that.
Yes.
And that way, when someone comes in
Yeah.
to check our system, then we can
It's all there.
easily tie it, everything, you don't have to search.
Yes, it's all there. And so we'll be making just a few minor adjustments in, once and if the strategic plan, strategic goals and performance objectives are approved this evening, then our central office team will get working on revising the plan, the structures that we currently use to keep you informed of what's going on.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
All right,
Number
curriculum.
B, yeah.
Instruction Technology Report. Item 1, page 1. Summer Academy was held on June 12th and 13th. Teachers and paraprofessionals from the district had the opportunity to select from a menu of professional learning opportunities focused on research-based instructional practices, classroom management, technology integration, and mental health awareness. On page 2 of the CIT report, number 3, the book bus headed out into 9 local communities to hand out books on May 30th and 31st. The 9 communities included the city of Porterdale, Riverside Estates, Housing Authority, Jamestown, Magnolia Heights, Washington Street Community Center, the Enclave, and Wellington Ridge. Teachers and administrators from Fairview, Flint Hill, and Mansfield welcomed students and helped each student find books that were the correct reading level. Then on page 5, number 10, the Special Education Department presented the first annual Trailblazer Award to Ms. Tracy Overby, the lead custodian at Indian Creek Middle School. The award was created to recognize and honor any staff member outside of special education who goes above and beyond to help students with disabilities prove that our abilities outweigh our disabilities. The department received almost 100 nominations from across the district. Nominations for Ms. Overby included statements such as, "She teaches the students the value of hard work and they love her so much. She is a very kind and loving person who always takes the time to interact with our students with disabilities, and the students respond to her kindness and they respect her." The award includes the logo developed for the NCSS Special Education Department by a student with a disability at East Newton Elementary School. So we're very proud of Ms. Tracy Overby. Then on page 6, number 12, May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and the Special Education Department celebrated by wearing green. Schools throughout the district participated and posted pictures on social media to support and raise awareness of mental health. And then finally on page 7, the Newton County School System held its second One Newton Parent Engagement Recognition Program on May 18th, 2018 at Newton High School. There were over 600 parents eligible for recognition this year. The program was a huge success, and approximately 300 parents came to the event and were recognized for their outstanding support of Title I. To receive this honor, parents had the opportunity to attend 4 or more of the parent meetings at their child's schools, which also included the 2 district parent conferences. Parents attending the event for the second time were recognized as our Gold Star parents. And so thanks to those parents who continue to support the school system. And that concludes the CIT report. And the enrollment report.
Yes, sir.
The enrollment report, we currently have 19,684 students. Last year at this time, same time, we had 19,664 students. And that concludes the superintendent's reports.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve items on the superintendent report on item A and B, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any discussions or questions?
Yes. I just want to reiterate to the team, because I know a lot of people in this room did a lot of work on the strategic plan. Like, this stuff is gold, man. This is a great, like, reading through it. I'm looking forward to being like an advocate to get our whole county around it, like the municipalities, the county government, like, get everybody going in the same direction in Newton County. I think this is a huge strategic plan, and I think it's going to affect so many people. So just,
Thank you, sir.
again, like, kudos. It's a great work, team. Great work.
Thank you, sir.
I'd just like to add one thing to that. We were at a summer conference a couple of weeks ago, and how everybody was giving kudos to Newton County School System. That's the things that we're doing, and inviting Ms. Vera and Ms. Baker to put on some presentations on some of the successes that we're having. And so I commend the staff for the hard work that you all do, and Ms. Bailey and Mr. Bailey, Ms. Baker,
Trey was married.
Johnson, Ms. Coggins. You know, I appreciate the work that you as board members do, and being supportive of our efforts. That means a lot. And again, thank you all very much. So I have a motion, I have a second. Had some discussion. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. We have no old business. We'll go to new business. Item A, Ms. Robinson. Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the approval of the FY
No,
nineteen
I'm saying
budget
he's
for all
presented.
governmental
Why don't you just-
funds as approved in the tentative budget last month with the adjustment listed below, which is addition of $40,000 in our SRO contract to cover pay raises if approved by the Board of Commissioners. Attached is the final budget in the format required for approval. Background, the budget for board approval consists of all governmental funds, which includes the general fund, state grants, special revenue funds, capital projects funds, debt service funds, school food service funds, school principal accounts, and after-school program. Of all of the funds, general fund is the largest as it includes all the functions required for normal maintenance and operation of the school system, and it is the budget that is controlled by state QBE funds and local property tax dollars. State grants include special needs pre-K, flow-through funds from the FFA camp, lottery pre-K, and professional learning. Special revenue funds are all of the federal grants. Capital projects includes designated building programs. Debt service funds are required to pay off debt incurred through our building programs. The school food service fund is a proprietary fund, meaning that it is to generate enough revenue in the program to offset all the costs of the program. The tentative budget approved by the board on May 8th was advertised in the Legal Oregon, the Covington News, as required by law on Sunday, May 13th and Sunday, May 20th. The board may change the tentative budget until such time as it adopts the final budget prior to adjourning the June regular meeting. The budget was approved using an estimated digest of $2.367 billion and a millage rate of 20 mills. The final M&O digest has not yet been received from the tax commissioner. For the FY19 general fund budget, we are projecting a beginning fund balance of $27.1 million. Total revenues are projected to be $175.7 million, which is an increase of 4.08% from the FY18 budget due in part to the elimination of the austerity reduction. Total expenditures are projected to be $182.3 million, which is an increase of 2.57% from the FY18 budget, mainly due to an increase in the TRS employer contribution rate and a 1% permanent pay raise to all employees. This budget will provide a projected ending fund balance of $20.5 million in FY19. We appreciate all the hard work of the board in working through this budget process, taking the time to study the budget and providing valuable input.
Thank you. Got to get a motion to approve item A, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Baker, second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns?
I do have a question.
Ms. Baker?
So the $40,000 is only contingent if approved by the Board of Commissioners. Do we have a date on when we're looking at that?
They've been talking about it, so I don't have any specific information. I know they're working through their budget cycle right now, so, and we know that the number 5% has been publicly stated, so we just are preparing for that.
For that 5%?
Yeah.
So if it's less, we'll of course
Yes,
adjust it?
yes. If it doesn't happen at all, it will just go back into your ending fund balance.
Now, what if it is more?
We'd have to come back and we'd have to amend the budget.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item B. Dr. Barr?
Those of you keeping score, 25 more items to go. Item B, the superintendent recommends the approval of a strategic plan for the school district beginning July 1, 2018, and ending June 30th, 2023. As you know, the Newton County School System utilized a process developed by the Georgia School Boards Association and the Georgia Leadership Institute for School Improvement to develop an updated strategic improvement plan for the school system. This comprehensive process engaged the community and all stakeholder groups to create universal ownership and support for system and school improvement. Once the Board of Education has adopted the work of the planning team and action teams as presented, the specific initiatives and action steps required to execute the plan will be investigated and/or implemented as necessary. These initiatives will be investigated and/or implemented at the district and school level. The school system will use GSBA's eBoard strategic plan software to assist with the execution, monitoring, and reporting of the plan. And that is item B for your consideration this evening.
Can I get a motion to approve item B, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
Just the eBoard strategic plan software, that's Assembly?
Similar.
Okay, just make sure.
Any other? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item C.
And item C, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for third-party administrator services be awarded to the Underwriters Group of Louisville, Kentucky. The effective date will be June 21, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 20th, 2019. Request for proposals, RFP C95301, a solicitation for a one-year contract for third-party administrator services for the school system's worker compensation program was opened on May 17, 2018. The process was chosen because this procurement method allows officials to identify the best value by using weighted criteria and price rather than price alone. The solicitation prescribes a turnkey solution for comprehensive TPA services, including claims management and administration, reporting services and records retention, risk management, cost containment, quality assurance, and communication and claim settlement and resolution. 6 vendors participated in the solicitation process, and the proposal documents were reviewed, evaluated, and scored via a multi-stage process by a team of school system personnel. Upon review, it was determined the proposal submitted by the Underwriters Group offered the best value to the school system. The estimated contract value is $44,000, and this cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds. And that is item C.
Having heard the items presented under C, can I get a motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
Yes, I have a question.
Ms. Johnson.
What's the role on this of the 3 people that we hired to engage in this, to do this work? What would they be?
So we hired 2 people, and one was the Safety and Risk Management Coordinator, and the other was the Payroll Benefits and Workers' Compensation Coordinator. And they are working together as a team to reduce the number of claims that we have in-house. And so to date, since I believe about March 1st, we've seen a significant reduction. I think it was about 60% in indemnity claims. And indemnity claims are claims where the employee is at home and we're paying those employees to be at home. And so they've really targeted that initially to bring those employees back to work and to review potential settlements. And so we are working very aggressively to reduce the amount of claims that we have at this point and to really build a culture of safety.
So there's no duplication in what this third party will be doing is what we got on board now for the 2 people?
Not based on the amount of claims that we have at this time.
I'm speaking of
At some point-
duplication, not the amount.
Yeah, no, they're doing different things right now. That's correct.
Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same.
Aye.
Motion carries, let record reflect, 4-1. Item D.
And item D, the superintendent recommends the renewal of property and liability insurance coverage provided by the Georgia School Boards Association Risk Management Fund. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. The cost of this coverage is $656,594, and the cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds. And that is item D.
Could I get a motion to approve item D, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item D.
We're on item E.
I'm sorry, item E.
Okay. Item E, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract with Tyler Technologies of Plano, Texas for pupil transportation management software needed for the school system be renewed for an additional contract period. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. Tyler Technology provides a comprehensive integrated suite of products that include routing and planning, Fleet Vision, E-Link, Trip Tracker, Incident Management, OnScreen, MyStop, and District Pulse. The total cost, total contract value is $92,848.43, and this cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds. That's item E for your consideration.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item E, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item F,
In item F, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The first is K-12 Solution Groups. This system is web-based, so teachers, administrators, parents, and students have access to information from anywhere at any time. The system also serves as a district-wide warehouse, allowing student data to be entered once and leveraged across the entire district, supporting data-driven decision-making. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. Total contract value is $170,342.40, and this cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds. The other contract is for Top Leasing LLC, and that is for the facility for Rise Academy. The commercial property lease from Top Leasing LLC will be used to house Rise Academy. The base annual rent is $70,000. The school system will also be responsible for common area maintenance expenses, property taxes, and fire and extended coverage insurance. The effective date will be August 1st, 2018. Expiration date, July 31st, 2019. Annual cost, $82,680.94, and that will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds, and that is item F.
okay, I need a motion to approve item F.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item G,
Yes, sir. In item G, the superintendent recommends the adoption of the contract for membership in Griffin Regional Educational Service Agency. Each year, the Board of Education approves a contract and enters into an agreement with Griffin RESA for supplementary services. All school systems are assigned to one of 16 regional educational service agencies. Our school system, along with Butts, Fayette, Griffin, Spalding, Henry, Lamar, Pike, and Thomaston, Upson school systems are all assigned to the Griffin RESA. Description and explanation of fees are provided for your review. The total cost of the contract is $187,489.19, and that concludes item G.
okay, can I get a motion to approve item G as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item H,
In item H, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy, and that is item H for your consideration this evening.
can I get a motion to approve item H, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item I.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreements between the Newton County School System and the following individuals to provide physical therapy and occupational therapy services to students with disabilities in accordance to their IEPs. The school system is required to provide physical therapy and occupational therapy for students whose IEPs recommend these services. We provide these services through contractual arrangements with 2 physical therapists, 7 occupational therapists, and 1 certified occupational therapist assistant. Therapists work 8-hour days and are on payroll status with employee benefits. Hourly rates for occupational therapists and physical therapists are based on years of experience with the Newton County School System and level of degree obtained. Funding for the occupational therapist and physical therapist positions are funded through FY19 federal IDEA flow-through funds. Contractual agreements are attached.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item I as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item J.
Item J, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreements between the Newton County School System and the following providers to provide speech services, occupational therapy, physical therapy, vision services, and deaf, hard of hearing services to students with disabilities in accordance with their IEPs for the 18-19 school year. The district is responsible for obtaining, providing, or arranging for the provision of special education services as determined by the student's IEP. Newton County provides these services through contractual arrangements with outside agencies when the need for services for students with disabilities cannot be met through system employees. Hourly rates for contracted services are based on years of experience and level of degree obtained. NCSS is currently contracting with agencies to provide services for speech-language therapy and other related services as required by students' IEPs. The contractual arrangements with Wingard Therapy Associates, Therapiist Staffing, and AMN Healthcare are attached.
Can I get a motion to approve item J, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item K.
Item K, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreements between the Newton County School System and Kathy Stubbs and Terry Justice for services with students with disabilities in accordance with their IEPs for the 18-19 school year. The school system is required to administer developmental assessments for preschool students referred for evaluation through Child Find. Through the agreement, Ms. Justice would also assist special education teachers within NCSS regarding testing procedures and developmental evaluations. The agreement of 19 hours per week plus travel expenses is attached. In an effort to support IEP compliance, Ms. Kathy Stubbs will perform reviews to include student records and files. She will review processes and procedures in place and identify areas that are having a negative impact on meeting Georgia DOE timelines and student achievement. The agreement is attached. These positions will be funded through budgeted FY19 federal IDEA funds.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item K, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item L.
Item L, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached service agreement between the Newton County School System and Medical Provider Services, Inc. for Medicaid billing and administrative outreach services. The school system continues to process Medicaid billing for students in special education who receive speech-language therapy. Medical Provider Services provides assistance with the actual enrollment of new Medicaid-eligible students, billing for services, and informing the school system of programs and activities that are potentially reimbursable. MPS will perform data processing, billing, treatment plan processing, reimbursement collections, and maintain records for NCSS. The fee for service is 12% of all net payments received from Medicaid as a result of MPS's efforts. Recommendation is for approval of the attached service agreement to extend all terms and conditions of the service agreement for one period year, July 1, 2018 until June 30th, 2019. Services are funded through budgeted FY19 federal IDEA funds.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item L, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item M.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts awarded to the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The effective date will be July 1st, 2018, and the expiration date will be June the 30th, 2019. That's Illuminate Education, Frontline Education, as well as Pearson Education. The background, Illuminate Education, which is the Comprehensive Student Assessment Solution. Illuminate Education's Comprehensive Student Assessment Solution provides a turnkey platform to handle the school system's student assessments, needs, and documentation. The comprehensive solution includes the following components that you see listed, and they're bulleted below. The total contract value is $260,000. $260,562.50. This cost will be paid for with the budgeted FY19 funds. Frontline Education, which is our online professional learning software. Edivate, a product offered by Frontline Education, formerly School Improvement Network, provides for a web-based on-demand solution that supports the establishment of a systematic job-embedded professional learning program. The solution allows educators to access thousands of award-winning professional development videos on hundreds of topics. Most videos include downloadable lesson plans and study guides. Edivate also provides a platform for online collaboration between peers and within groups. Observation 360, an included component, allows instructional leaders to perform effective classroom walkthroughs and observations. Product management tools ensure professional learning plans are customizable and personalized. Initial product training and unlimited on-demand training is included. This is a single sole source purchase, and the total contract value is $102,514.90. The cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds and Title IIA funds. Pearson Education, which is the online digital and blended learning platform. Pearson Education's online digital and blended platform, Connexus, formerly known as GradPoint, delivers rigorous standards-based curriculum, assessments, student data, and reports. The platform offers classroom customization and technology options, as well as personalized learning pathways to encourage students to take ownership of their education. Connexus provides solutions for blended learning, credit recovery, acceleration, project-based learning, and alternative education. The school system will utilize a competitively bid contract managed by National Buy Board, a national purchasing cooperative established in part by the National School Boards Association, to purchase the software. The estimated contract value is $192,049. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item M as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item N.
The superintendent recommends the purchase of the corrective reading intervention resource for select middle schools to support reading and comprehension skill development. Background: corrective reading is a comprehensive direct instruction reading intervention model for struggling readers. It provides intensive reading intervention for students in grades 3 through 8 who are reading below grade level expectations using age-appropriate materials. The program is designed to meet the needs of students who are performing below grade level expectations in reading and other subject areas. It helps students meet the rigorous demands of standards in vocabulary, word recognition, fluency, and comprehension through explicit instruction, modeling, guided practice, and independent practice. The program utilizes methodology to provide the most explicit, systematic, and accelerated instruction. The purchase of the corrective reading program will enhance the reading skills of the struggling reader by addressing mistakes often repeated, such as frequent word identification errors, reading connected sentences, word omissions, word additions, and confusion with high-frequency words. The program effectively addresses the specific needs of the struggling reader by providing the students with daily practice in oral reading and immediate feedback. The total purchase is $95,804.46. This expense will be paid with budgeted FY19 funds. The quote for the corrective reading resource is attached.
Could I get a motion to approve item N, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question.
Mr. Johnson?
It is saying select middle schools. So it's not going in all of the schools, I'm assuming.
No, it's not going in all of the schools at this time. No, we're looking at the preliminary data for our Georgia milestones. We're receiving the data at this time, and so after we review that data, we can provide you with the itemized list of schools.
Well, you got 4, right? Middle school. Am I reading this correctly? So what I'm saying, we've already selected the schools that we're going to put this in, correct?
We're reviewing the data at this time. The Georgia milestone data, as well as we'll review the data from the Governor's Office of Student Achievement as it relates to the strategic waiver. So any schools that need assistance with their students with reading on grade level, we'll provide that in those schools.
Okay, I'll talk with you on side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. motion carries. Item O.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the Office of Curriculum and Instruction purchase Handwriting Without Tears from Learning Without Tears Learning. Background information. The Georgia Standards of Excellence in English Language Arts mandate the teaching of handwriting in grades kindergarten through 4th. The standards show a progression of handwriting skills as students move from one grade level to the next. It is the expectation that teachers implement all of the Georgia Standards of Excellence with fidelity and efficacy. Purchasing Handwriting Without Tears will give teachers a tool to provide knowledge, skills, and materials needed to effectively teach print writing and cursive writing. Handwriting Without Tears teaches students to understand the handwriting process, incorporates foundation skills prior to paper and pencil, combines developmental and multisensory teaching strategies to teach print and cursive writing, provides handwriting assessments, applies simple yet effective remediation strategies, and is research-based. You have listed there the standards that are addressed at each grade level by Handwriting Without Tears. The cost of this product for the 2018-19 school year is $73,302 and will be paid from the FY19 budget.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item O as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item P.
Good evening,
Good
Mr.
evening.
Chairman, members of the board. Item P before you tonight for consideration. The superintendent recommends the annual renewable contract for intrusion and monitoring services be awarded to Nichols Security Commercial of Covington, Georgia. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. A request for proposals for a one-year contract for intrusion and monitoring services was opened May 4th, 2018. The RFP process was chosen because this procurement method allows officials to identify the best value by using weighted criteria and price rather than price alone. The solicitation prescribes a turnkey solution for comprehensive third-party monitoring, periodic testing, maintenance, repair, installation, construction services for low-voltage electronic equipment for intrusion detection, fire alarms, and closed-circuit television surveillance and recording device systems for all school system facilities. 3 vendors submitted proposals. In response to the solicitation, the proposal documents were reviewed, evaluated, and scored via a multi-stage process by a team of school system personnel. The vendors and their scores are provided in the table below. Upon review, it was determined the proposal submitted by Nichols Security Commercial offered the best value to the school system. The estimated contract value is $114,700. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item P as presented, please?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item Q.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item Q, the superintendent recommends the contract for asphalt parking lot maintenance at select facilities be awarded to Georgia Paving Incorporated of Duluth, Georgia. An invitation for bids for a contract for asphalt parking lot maintenance at select facilities was opened June 5th, 2018. The project consists of asphalt patching, resurfacing, seal coating, and striping services. The facilities include East Newton Elementary, West Newton Elementary, and Veterans Memorial Middle School. 6 vendors participated in the solicitation process. The vendors and their prices are presented in the table below. Upon evaluation, it was determined to be in the best interest of the school system to award the contract to Georgia Paving Incorporated, as this offered the lowest overall cost. The total contract value is $219,507. This cost will be paid for with budgeted capital funds.
Got to get a motion to approve item Q as presented, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item R.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The superintendent recommends the approval of the use of the cafeteria at Clements Middle School by Impact Church Ministries for worship services. Impact Church Ministries has requested to rent the cafeteria at Clements Middle School for worship services. It will be utilized on Sundays through June 30th, 2019. The facility fee will be $50 per usage plus $72 per usage for utilities. Custodians will be hired to clean the facility after use. The principal of Clements Middle School has consented to this arrangement.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item R, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item S.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts awarded to the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. Waste Management for waste disposal and recycling, and Automated Logic Corporation for maintenance and facility automation system. Waste Management. The contract was originally awarded on June 23rd, 2015. The contract includes the provision of garbage and recycling containers at schools and facilities, as well as regularly scheduled disposal of the contents therein. The vendor has performed satisfactorily, met all contractual requirements, and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The estimated annual value of this contract is $189,000. The cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds. The Automated Logic Corporation provides a maintenance contract for all components of the facility automation system used at the schools and facilities within the school system. The vendor provides regular inspections as well as service and maintenance on equipment as required. The equipment allows remote access to and manipulation of HVAC and boiler temperature controls within buildings, timer settings on outside lighting, as well as monitoring temperatures in walk-in coolers and freezers. The total cost will be $45,980. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 general funds.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item S, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns?
I had one quick question, just on the waste management, why is it estimated and not a contract amount?
It's really a not to exceed amount, but
Okay.
it's maybe a better way to say it, but it is based on how many,
Weight.
so if they miss a route, no, it's not weight, but if they were to miss a route, which occasionally they do,
Uh-huh.
we make sure to
Gotcha.
deduct that from their.
Good.
Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item T.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening.
Good evening.
On item T, the superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts and purchases with 8 vendors to be renewed for an additional contract term. These 8 vendors are listed in the memo. Background information: Coca-Cola Refreshments. The contract was originally awarded on June 23rd, 2015. The beverage items include assorted fruit juices, 0-calorie, and regular sports drinks, flavored waters. The items are sold to students on an a la carte basis. The vendor has met all contractual requirements and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30th, 2019. The estimated contract value is $85,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Commercial Appliance Parts and Services Incorporated. The contract was originally awarded on July 20th, 2016. The contract covers repair services as well as routine maintenance on a variety of types of kitchen equipment. The vendor has met all contractual requirements and has agreed to continue their services under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The effective date will be July 20th, 2018, and the Expiration date will be July 19, 2019. The estimated contract value is $310,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Sanitec Systems Incorporated for Safety and Sanitation Program. The contract was originally awarded on June 25, 2016. The contract includes all necessary chemicals and supplies, as well as detailed training on OSHA-compliant work practices, safe food handling, and regular compliance site monitoring at all school nutrition program locations. The vendor has met all contractual requirements and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The effective date will be June 28, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 27, 2019. The total contract value is $42,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Horizon Software. The Horizon OneSource software suite provides a variety of tools for school nutrition program. The front of the house module incorporates free and reduced meal status management, claims and reimbursements, and point-of-sale capabilities for all schools. The back of the house module includes menu management and planning, ordering and receiving, and inventory management. The effective date will be July 1, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 30, 2019. The total contract value is $35,514.44. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Mayfield Dairy Farms. School system will utilize a Georgia Educational Cooperative contract to purchase the milk and related products. Pricing is based on Class 1 raw milk prices listed on monthly federal milk order announcements for the southeastern zone. The estimated contract value is $520,000. The effective date is June 28, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 27, 2019. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Gordon Food Service. The contract was originally awarded on June 27, 2017. The contract includes approximately 374 food items. The vendor has met all contractual requirements and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The estimated contract value is $4,500,000. The effective date will be June 28, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 27, 2019. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Royal Food Service. The school system will utilize a Georgia Educational Cooperative contract to purchase the required items. The contract includes produce, eggs, fresh fruits, and vegetables. Pricing is based on the Atlanta Terminal Report for Fruits and Vegetables Weekly Index provided by the Agricultural Marketing Service Market News. Effective date will be June 25th, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 24th, 2019. The estimated contract value is $700,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. Southeastern Paper Group. The contract was originally awarded on June 27, 2017. The contract includes approximately 65 paper and cleaning items. The vendor has met all contractual requirements and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The effective date will be June 28, 2018, and the expiration date will be June 27, 2019. The estimated contract value is $435,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 school nutrition funds. This concludes item T.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item T as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns?
Could you just go over all that again?
I'll meet with you after the meeting's over.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item U.
Thanks for warming them up for me. All right, greetings, everyone.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the computers and associated peripherals needed for the technology department, career technical and agriculture, Education, CTAE program, and Rise Academy be purchased from Dell Corporation of Round Rock, Texas, Virtucom of Norcross, Georgia, and Bytespeed LLC of Moorhead, Minnesota. A summary of the recommended technology purchases for the aforementioned departments and programs is reflected in the chart below. The recommendations above are made after a review of purchasing agreements available for use by the school system. These cooperative purchasing agreements allow government agencies to aggregate purchasing power to realize a cost savings. Accordingly, it is recommended that the laptops be purchased from Dell Corporation utilizing Georgia State contract. The numbers listed there. The laptops will be carts will be purchased from Virtucom utilizing a contract managed by a national buy board, a national purchasing cooperative established in part by National School Board Association. The desktop will be purchased from Bytespeed LLC utilizing a contract managed by PEPA, a national technology bidding and purchasing program. The total value is $1,180,859.20. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 funds.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item U as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item V.
Right. The superintendent recommends the annual renewable contracts and purchases with the following vendors be renewed for an additional contract term. Instructure, Canvas, Learning Management System, Infinity Network Solution, with the maintenance agreement for Cisco infrastructure and equipment. Also with Infinity Network Solutions, the maintenance agreement for Aerohive wireless access points. Canvas Learning Management System is an enterprise software application that delivers document, tracks reports, and manages instructional content, enhances and supports classroom teaching and learning. After review of alternatives on the marketplace, the LMS Canvas, developed by Instructure, was identified and selected as the best option. Canvas simplifies teaching and learning by connecting all digital tools teachers use in one platform. The school system will utilize competitive bid contract managed by Allied State Cooperative to purchase the software. The total contract value is $77,681. This cost will be paid for out of budgeted FY19 funds. Additional documentation is on file and available for review. Infinity Network Solutions, this is the maintenance program for Cisco infrastructure. The technology department has chosen Cisco SmartNet, a multifaceted technical support service to meet this need. The SmartNet provides school systems personnel and technical assistance, online support, and detailed diagnostics to solve problems with its core switches, rack switches, and phone infrastructure. The service also provides ongoing operational systems update, rapid hardware replacement, and on-site repair and replacement when needed. The school system will utilize competitive bid contract managed by General Service Administration, GSA, to purchase SmartNet Maintenance Service Program. The total cost of the service is $257,843.98. The cost will be paid for our budgeted FY19 general funds. Finally, the maintenance agreement for Aerohive access points. The contract was originally awarded in August of 2012 through a competitive solicitation process. As part of the school system yearly E-rate submissions, it included all necessary hardware, software, as well as maintenance and support. The maintenance agreement being renewed includes the software subscription, customer access, and support for all Aerohive access points within the school system. The total contract value is $186,725.20. This cost will be paid for out of budgeted FY19 general fund dollars.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item B as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item W.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the Title I handbooks needed for the school system be purchased from Rico USA Incorporated of Atlanta, Georgia. Background: each year, Title I is required to provide a number of documents to families of school children within the school system. These documents provide a description of Title I, its program and benefits, and advises them of their rights under federal law. They also provide resources to encourage and develop parental and family engagement in their child's educational experience. Title I personnel have designed and collaborated or consolidated all of the aforementioned documents in one handbook. The handbook will be graphically designed and printed by Rico USA through their business center. The school system will utilize a managed print services contract overseen by U.S. Communities, a national purchasing cooperative, to procure the handbooks. The total cost of the project is $34,650. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 Title I funds. This concludes item W.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item W, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item X.
The superintendent recommends the educational video resources needed for the school system be purchased from Brain Pop of New York, New York. Background: individual schools are allowed the flexibility to use their allotted Title I funds in a way that supports and aligns with strategies identified in their Title I school-wide plan. Accordingly, select schools have chosen to invest in Brain Pop's educational video resources. Brain Pop offers hundreds of animated educational videos across a wide variety of topics, all of which are accompanied by interactive quizzes, activities, and games. The content is intended for students in grades 3 through 5, and includes Brain Pop Junior. Brain Pop Junior covers grades kindergarten through 2nd. And the materials in both of the programs include ELA, math, science, social studies, health, art, and technology. All videos include links for teachers that include lesson plans, printouts, and other instructional materials. This is a single sole source purchase. The total cost is $26,460.50. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 Title I Part A school allocations.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item X, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Second by Ms.
Sorry.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns?
If I can, real quick.
Sure, go ahead, Ms. Bailey.
Many schools are already using this, right?
Yes.
So I didn't see a renewal. This is single sole source purchase. Is this in addition to what the schools are already using, or is this just a?
It's just a renewal of what they're already using, and we
So it is a
submitted it
renewal?
as a single sole source item.
So we'll just do it year to year,
Yes,
not renewable, but a new contract every year?
a new contract every year.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item Y.
The superintendent recommends the educational software needed for select schools be purchased from Achieve 3000 of Lakewood, New Jersey. Background: individual schools are allowed the flexibility to use their allotted Title I funds in a way that supports and aligns with strategies identified in the Title I school-wide plan. Accordingly, select schools have chosen to invest in Achieve 3000 Pro Differentiated Literacy Solution. Achieve 3000 is a leader in the field of blended learning programs and offers cloud-based solutions that provide daily differentiated instruction, which can be tailored to a student's Lexile reading level. The solution includes implementation resources for teachers and students, as well as technical and data support. The school system will utilize a contract managed by National Buy Board, a national purchasing cooperative established in part by the National School Boards Association, to procure the software. The schools and their associated costs are represented in the chart that you have, and the total cost for this purchase is $190,558.25. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY19 Title I Part A school allocations.
Okay, I need a motion to approve item Y, please.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item Z, I need a motion for us to go,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
okay.
Okay. So I listed, I had to write it out because it's a very long motion. So for secretarial reasons, I'll reread it if I need to. So, and I need to make sure everything is covered before I make the motion. I move to vote on all items discussed in executive session prior to the combined work regular session and separate any remaining items by going back into executive session for personnel reasons. And should we have to vote on any of those items in personnel for the second session, we'll list them as item AA under the agenda.
Okay.
Why
You have a motion.
What's motivating this motion? I don't understand.
Because we have to go back into executive session to discuss another personnel item. However, everybody else can be dismissed, otherwise they'll just wait around on us. So if we already discussed items in executive session, I just want to go ahead and have those items approved so that the crowd is not waiting around for that second item.
So everything we've already discussed would be approved. What we haven't discussed yet would not be approved.
Yes,
But
and
it-
should that
there's no
even
way to
require,
delineate that
right.
on paper, is there, other than just what we've decided? I just like trying to make sure it gets recorded correctly.
Yeah, so you have to go back in executive session to discuss that personnel item
Right.
that we did not discuss. However, that personnel item does not require
Sure.
the public to stick around. Should a vote be needed from it, which it shouldn't, then we would just list that as item AA.
Okay. I think I understand.
I can reread it if you
No, I
like.
mean, I just want to make sure that everything we've already discussed, like, I don't know how you enter that, what's already been discussed versus what we had discussed, but you
That's
can't
why
say
you
what
have
we had
to-
and what we haven't.
That's why you have to list it as a separate item.
If
in-
we vote on anything.
Yes,
Okay,
that's only if it requires a vote.
okay. I'm happy with that.
I need to.
Everybody
say
clear?
it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay,
If you're happy, you don't give a second.
we have a
Second.
motion, we've got a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. But before we go into executive session, Ms. Fear, like, have some other matters of interest you'd like to discuss?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Is that gonna be all right?
You go ahead.
Okay. Tonight, following the board action that just took place regarding the other personnel matters that took place in executive session, I'm pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. Mark Dastu as the principal of Indian Creek Middle School. Mr. Dastu holds a Bachelor's of Science from Western International University in Phoenix, Arizona, a Master's in Education and Instructional Technology and Design, and has completed all of the requirements of the educational doctoral degree in Instructional Technology and Distance Education, with the exception of the dissertation. Mr. Dastu earned a post-baccalaureate degree in secondary education from Ottawa University in Phoenix, Arizona, and has participated in graduate studies in applied geography at Southwest Texas State University, San Marcos, Texas, and in educational media and computer at Arizona State University in Tempe, Arizona. Mr. Dastu has completed an add-on to his certificate in educational leadership through Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. His experiences include teaching at both the middle and high school level and serving as a middle school assistant principal, a middle school principal, a high school assistant principal, a CEO of a college and career academy. And for the last 2 years, Mr. Dastu has served as principal of Putnam County High School in Putnam County, Georgia. Mr. Dastu has been instrumental in creating a culture of high expectations and student success in the schools in which he has worked. He's looking forward to the opportunity to serve the students, staff, and families that make up the Indian Creek community. I'm confident that Mr. Dastu will continue to expand the successes experienced by the Indian Creek Middle School team. Next, I am equally pleased to announce the appointment of Mr. Fred Richard as principal of Clements Middle School. And Mr. Richard is actually here this evening, and if you'll just raise your hand so everybody knows who you are. Mr. Richard holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Health and Physical Education from Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia, a Master's in Education and Educational Leadership from Albany State University in Albany, Georgia, and an EDS in Educational Leadership from Valdosta State in Valdosta, Georgia. Mr. Richard has served as a coach, a teacher, an interim director of athletics, a high school assistant principal, and an interim principal in 2 middle schools. He currently serves as an assistant principal at Clements Middle School, where he has been supporting the teachers, staff, students, and families since 2011. Mr. Richard is an outstanding leader who is very passionate about the Clements Middle School team, students, and community. I am confident that Mr. Richard will continue the legacy of performance of the students and staff at Clements Middle School, and I look forward to all of his future successes with his Clements Middle School team and community. Congratulations to both Mr. Dastu and Mr. Richard. We're really excited about your next steps, Mr. Richard. Thank you. Next, I would like to announce the following position changes that have occurred due to a change in our organizational chart because we've had some recent leadership changes. First, Mr. Benjamin Roundtree, who is here, serving as our Director of Elementary Education, will assume the role of Chief Academic Officer beginning July 1st, 2018. Mr. Roundtree has supported the elementary education program for the last 3 years. His leadership and expertise in the areas of curriculum and instruction will enable our Newton County school students to experience even greater success. Congratulations, Mr. Roundtree. Dr. Sheila Thomas, Director of Federal Programs, will assume the role of Chief Officer of Strategy and Community Outreach beginning July 1st, 2018. Dr. Thomas has worked in the school system for a number of years and has worked as assistant principal and director of testing. She has been instrumental in the success of our Title I program and the work associated with many programs, but with our advanced ed accreditation process and the added emphasis of ensuring schools, all of our schools, are family friendly. I am confident that Dr. Thomas's leadership and vision will continue to enhance our efforts to improve student achievement. And congratulations to Dr. Thomas as well. Finally, Dr. Mike Barr, Executive Director of Operations, will assume the role of Chief Operations Officer beginning July 1st, 2018. Dr. Barr has worked in the Newton County school system for almost 24 years. He has worked as a paraprofessional, a warehouse manager, purchasing coordinator, director of support services, executive director of operations as well. Dr. Barr has supported the development of a very strong operations team. Under his leadership, the operations team has been recognized not only in the state of Georgia, but throughout the nation for their excellent work. I'm confident that Dr. Barr's leadership and vision will enhance and improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the school system. And congratulations to Dr. Barr as well. Each of the new roles are aligned with our new strategic plan. While the members of the Newton County School System team work to support all 4 of the strategic goals in our strategic plan. So all of us are working hard will work hard and even harder to reach our goals. Each of our chief officers will lead the work in a specific area. Mr. Roundtree and his team will focus their efforts on student achievement and success. Dr. Thomas and her team will focus their efforts on culture, climate, and communication. And Dr. Barr and his team will remain focused on organizational and operational effectiveness. Together with the chief officers and our human resource director, public relations director, executive financial manager, and principals, I will focus specifically on the strategic plan goal area of ensuring a high-quality workforce. Finally, it is important to note that while the 3 chief officer positions are new in title to the organizational chart, they are not new positions, as all 3 of the aforementioned individuals will continue their current work while expanding their leadership in their new roles. I cannot state enough how fantastic our Newton County School System Central Office team. We really do have an amazing team. Their commitment and dedication to our students, staff, families, and community at large are unparalleled. And I look forward to an exciting and successful school year. So congratulations to our whole entire team. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Do we need a motion to go back into executive session?
Yes, you need a motion. You need a motion.
I'll make a motion to go back into executive session.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carried.
I second.
I need a motion to go in open session, please.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, aye. We stand adjourned.
Have a good night.
Good night, Doc.